Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today we're going into the Collecting a Battalion or the Building a Battalion series again, and today we are going to start looking at Stormcast Eternals. The Stormcast Eternals are Sigmar's mighty demigod warriors who fight to save the mortal realms and cleanse them from the taint of chaos, death and destruction. So what are we aiming to do in this series? Well, let's start with talking about what is a War Scroll Battalion. So, a War Scroll Battalion is a special formation comprised of various units that by taking said units will give you access to additional abilities for the units inside said War Scroll Battalion during the game. This is really cool as it creates a fun thematic sort of army that has some narrative implementations to it. All battalions are based upon the narrative and forces that will generally fight alongside each other see to be together in battalions. But why are we doing this? And so, as mentioned, collecting a battalion can be a great way to collect to a theme. Building to a theme is really cool. You can have something unifying, you have a story behind your army. It gives you a goal to strive towards and an endpoint to reach as well. The reason for this is like a goal to strive towards, you have this battalion that you can try and fill out. It's a set amount of models that you're trying to complete to get. It gives you an end goal of this battalion is done, it's fully fleshed out, this is done. You get bonuses as well for playing with the models as mentioned, and they thematically go together. This is really cool. Playing to the narrative and getting bonuses because your army is narrative is a really cool thing to have happen to you in the game. And it's a chance to try out models you might not otherwise take. This is cool because some battalions utilise models that might not be the best on their own war scroll, but put them into a battalion, combine them with other things within the battalion and how the battalion works within an army, and they might actually be something better than the sum of their parts. So let's go into what's the plan. So we're looking to build an army focusing on the battalion in question, whatever that may be. In this case it will be Stormcast Eternal battalions, and we'll go through them all. To thematically build upon a battalion if required, so not all battalions are full or big enough to create a 2,000 point army, and so we'll thematically build upon them if required. So we'll add in units that fit the theme of the battalion of what it's trying to evoke. And to have a framework to set an end goal within. This is a great thing. It gives us a goal to strive towards, and somewhere like even after 2,000 points of where you can go with the rest of the army to fully flesh it out. But let's get cracking into the battalions, and we'll start off with. So the battalion we're going to look at today is the Grand Convocation Battalion. This is a battalion from the Sacrosanct Chamber, which is the most recently revealed Stormcast chamber out. It's the chamber you currently get in the Soul Wars box set, and it's heavy on wizards and engineers. The organisation of this battalion is one Lord Arcanum, and that is keyword bolded, meaning you can take either the Lord Arcanum on foot or the mid-sized mount ones, the Lord Arcanum on Dracoline or Griffcharger, or you can take the bigger mount of the Lord Arcanum on Taurolon. You also need to take one Lord Exorcist and 2+ Knight Incantors. This means you can field as many Knight Incantors in the army as you can possibly fit within the restrictions. The ability for this battalion is pretty simple. You add 1 to the casting rolls for wizards from this battalion while they're wholly within 9 inch of 2 or more other wizards from this battalion. It's pretty cool. We're getting some easy pluses to cast. So effectively this is wanting us to group up our wizards and sort of have them as this big team of wizards casting and getting buffs off. Very similar to Hallowheart's abilities for that Whitefire Retinue, really, if you think about it. The army we're playing is obviously Stormcast Eternals, and the sub-faction we've chosen is Celestial Warbringers. Now the main reason we've done this is for their command ability that you get from them, known as Astral Conjunction. You can use this and pretty much give some additional +1s to cast. There's a relatively short range on it if it's not your general, being 9 inch and wholly within. But seeing as we're wanting to be that range anyway to get the abilities from the battalion, it doesn't matter. This does mean we're going to want extra command points available to us. So we've taken the extra command point just to give us another one, because we're going to have obviously the battalion in the army starting us with 2. So it means we're going to be able to get some pluses to cast if we want. Now, we've chosen a Lord Arcanum on Dracoline as our general. He's got the command trait Portent's Omens. It's nothing too particularly fancy. It's just what he has to take due to being Celestial Warbringers. It just gives him like a particular reroll once per turn to either hit, wound or save. He has to choose which one he wants to use. But he's got the artifact Staff of Focus. This gives him another +1, which is cool. The Mount Trait Pride Leader, this just makes the Dracolines in the army better. So, makes sense to take. And he's also got the spell Thundershock going once again down that Pikachu route. It's a cool spell though. He's probably going to be the one that shoots off and goes and does some fighting alongside some Dracolines we've got on the list later. So it's going to be cool to be able to have a -1 to hit spell in there. We've got a Lord Exorcist. He's got the artifacts Hammer of Augury. There's nothing really that this is doing for anyone. It's just the other artifact we get. Put it on probably the strongest out of the heroes, and he's got spell Stormcaller, which again is one of my favourite spells for the Stormcast. It's random as all hell, but it can do some cool mortal wound, and it's board wide. Then we've got 3 Knight Incantors, and we've just given them all the mortal wound spells, because really Stormcast don't have that many particularly great spells, so we're just going to go all in on mortal wounds and just try and mortal wound as much as we can with these Stormcast. For battle line, we've taken 3 units of Sequitors. That's just a standard battle line. Thanks to a Lord Arcanum General, they are battle line. And our other unit is going to be 6 Evocators on Dracolines with the spell Celestial Blades. So this is going to be our unit that can reach out and go get things. These Dracolines here paired up with the Lord Arcanum on Dracoline is going to be how we do that. Battalions, obviously, we've got the Grand Convocation and the Endless Spells Balewind Vortex, Umbral Spell Portal, and Everblaze Comet. These are all really cool. Balewind Vortex can help one of our Incantors get a bit longer range, or potentially our Exorcist. The Umbral Spell Portal, once again, same thing, and the Everblaze Comet is just a rangy spell anyway, so we can put that where we want it. We've obviously taken the extra command point, as previously mentioned, as well. So this all comes to 1990 points. We've got an extra 2 command points, no allies, and a nice little 87 wounds, which is pretty light, even for Stormcast standards, but that's not the issue. I think this is a really interesting sort of Stormcast list. It's not often that Stormcast are played as a magic heavy army. I don't know whether this would really stand up to many of the other major magic armies, but it's a cool and different way to play Stormcast, I think. And I want to give some games and try out some different things for this army and see if this can work. But let me know your thoughts on this sort of army and battalion. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. But that's it for the video, so don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this, and well, if you've got any thoughts about Stormcast Eternals or the battalions and getting started with Stormcast Eternals, leave them in the comments down below as well. I'm a big fan of Stormcast. I have a decent sized army. In fact, I have a whole warrior chamber that I'm currently painting up. But as mentioned, you can also go check out the links down in the description below. You'll find a link to our Discord server where you can come chat to me and other members of the community. You'll find a link to our Twitch channel, of which you should definitely go give us a follow on Twitch and help us hit 50 followers. We're so close to it. And lastly, you'll find a link to our Patreon if you wish to support the channel in any other way. A big thank you to those people who do support the channel in such a big way. Thank you to our Sinful Guard Militia, Christian Weir, Soren, Philip Ward, and Couchswan. You guys are all amazing. And our Sinful Free Guild Regiment member, James. Thank you very much, mate. But that's it from me, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. We'll see you all again real soon.